Okay, welcome back to today. Let's continue the alcohol, phenol, ether MCQs discussion. More particularly, NEET class, NEET level class. Let's take the first MCQ. So here, hydrobromination oxidation of 4-methyl octene would be. So that means octene means it's an alkene. Alkene undergoes hydroboration means it will give you the terminal alcohol. That is the reason A will be the answer. A means 4-methyl, 4-octanol will be the answer. Let's take another question. Phenol will give you characteristic coloration with the aqueous ferric chloride solution. Let's take another question. So the correct order of boiling point for the primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols are. You should be remember that primary alcohol will form a more hydrogen bond compared to the secondary and tertiary. That is the reason uh, primary one will have more boiling point compared to secondary and then compared to tertiary. Let's take another question. So here I am taking a 1,2-diol. So 1,2-diol on dehydration will give you the product A. So this one usually will give you an enol kind of molecule. That means this hydroxy is going out and here there is a double bond formation. That means enol one. Enol undergoes keto enol tautomerism, gives rise to an aldehyde is the product. Let's take another question. So here a phenol and means aromatic hydroxy one and the aliphatic hydroxy one. Aromatic hydroxy is nothing but a phenol and it is more reactive. That's the reason a phenoxide ion is forming when it is treated with potassium dichromate and the phenoxide ion react with the electrophile. So that is the reason B will be the answer. Let's take another question. So here, which of the following compound is weakest acid? Trinitrophenol is strong compared to dinitrophenol and dinitrophenol is strong compared to paranitrophenol. So metanitro one is less contributing towards the electron withdrawing of the phenol one. That's the reason this is the least one. So A will be the answer. Least weakest acid is the metanitrophenol. Let's take another question. So here this is what is called as hydroxymethylation. Hydroxymethylation, since hydroxy group phenol is a ortho para orienting group and this name of reaction is called Ladirer-Manisane reaction. Let's take another question. So 2-methyl-2-butanol on treatment with HCl. That means addition of hydrogen chloride to the an alcohol. That means alcohol OH group is going out, forming a cation, and then migration of methyl group, tertiary carbon is forming, and then its chloro is attacking. So that's the reason 2-chloro, 2-methyl butane will be the product. Let's take another question. So which of the following reacts fastest with a mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl? So tertiary alcohol is more reactive. That's the reason trimethyl carbinol will be the tertiary, whereas other things are primary one. Let's take another question. Among the alkenes, which one produces tertiary butyl alcohol and acid hydration. So here a dimethyl alkene, this the C will be producing. Why? Because hydration means addition of OH group. So addition of OH group at the more substituted carbon atom, proton will be added to less substituted carbon atom. Let's take another question. So benzylation, that means addition of COC6H5. This group is possible in presence of aqueous NaOH. That means formation of anion, phenoxide ion, and phenoxide react with the benzyl group, so forming a benzylation. And this reaction is called Scotton-Bowman reaction, because Friedel-Crafts is other one. Wood's reaction also CC bond formation. This also a CC bond formation. Let's take another question. So carbocation is not the intermediate in hydrobromination oxidation reaction. Carbocation also not formed in oxymercuration demercuration. Carbocation also not formed in the reaction of HCl with ethanol. So that's the reason D will be the answer. Let's take another question. So Grignard reagent react with formaldehyde and gives rise to primary alcohol. So ketone will give you the secondary alcohol. Anhydride is not possible. Acid also is not possible between the Grignard and other things. Then, right. So phenol, paramethyl phenol, metanitrophenol, and paranitrophenol follows the order of increasing strength as paramethyl will be less uh, acidic strength compared to phenol. Phenol is less acidic strength compared to metanitrophenol. Metanitrophenol is less acidic strength compared to paranitrophenol is the correct order. Let's take another question. Which one of the following alcohol is used as antifreeze reagent for making explosives? So glycerol is the uh, generally used as an antifreezing reagent for making explosion. Then amongst the following, HBr reacts fastest with the secondary tertiary alcohol. That means tertiary is more reactive compared to secondary. Secondary is more reactive compared to primary. Tertiary is 2-methyl propane 2-hal. Then which of the following does not react with sodium? Sodium does not react with the ether, whereas it will react with acid proton, ethanol proton, and phenolic proton. Let's take another one. So in which molecule cleavage by hydroiodic acid? So hydroiodic acid react with the 1,2-diol. So this is 1,2, this is 1,2, this is 1,2. Whereas here there is no 1,2-diol. That's the reason HI does not react with this 1,3-diol. Then when ethyl alcohol is heated with concentrated sulfuric acid, the product obtained is ethene. That means dehydration. This is the one. Let's take another question. So here a alkoxy group means anion 1. So this can picks up the proton, but obtained phenoxy is the less reactive compared to the alkoxy anion. That's the reason alkoxy anion itself react with the electrophile, forming ether as the product. This is the one. Let's take another question. So in the Lucas test of alcohols, appearance of cloudiness is due to formation of alkyl chloride. Then the products obtained when Benzyl phenyl ether is heated with HA. That means it's a cleavage of ether. So on cleavage of ether, benzyl iodide and the benzyl phenol will be the product. That means 1 and 3 only. 1 and 3 means phenol and benzyl iodide. Let's take another question. Phenol on treatment with diethyl sulfate in presence of sodium hydroxide. So diethyl sulfate in presence of sodium acts as an alkylating agent. It causes the alkylation of phenol to give ethyl phenyl ether, which is also called phenitol. So here it's nothing but a pinacol pinacolone rearrangement. So based on the pinacol pinacolone, 1,2-diol is converted into pinacolone carbonyl compound. Let's take another question. So here again acidity strength. Acidity strength, paranitrophenol is more reactive compared to the metanitrophenol, and metanitro is more acidic compared to the paramethyl phenol. Paramethyl means phenol one, and least is the paramethyl phenol one. Let's take another one. Glycerol reacts with potassium bisulfate to produce acrylaldehyde or acrylone. So here, which of the following reagents may be used to distinguish between the phenol and benzoic acid? So phenol forms a salt with sodium hydroxide. Carboxylic acid also forms a salt with sodium hydroxide. No specific color changes. Whereas phenol react with the neutral ferric chloride forming a violet color. Whereas benzoic acid react with the color say buff colored precipitate. So this will be the better one for distinguish between the acids and phenol. So primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols are distinguished from one another by Lucas test. Lucas test, using Lucas test, primary, secondary, tertiary alcohols are distinguished by Lucas test.